thank you.
All right, sir.
It's
Welcome.
Honor and pleasure to be here.
All right.
Especially on a Friday.
On a Friday, right?
I say TGIF.
TGIF.
Thank God it's Frederick. Thank God it's Frederick.
Fredericks, right?
Yeah.
Not Friday.
Yeah.
Thank God it's Fredericks today. Yeah.
So what going on, Brother Wayne?
Man, I am here and happy that you're here. You know?
Thank you,
and,
thank
and
you.
we get this moment for me as a youngster to sit and talk with one of the legendary Bob Fredericks. You have done so much. You know, may I say, you know, in the music, helping out other artists and giving them a platform. And, you know, we have to honor you. We definitely have to honor you for that. And I hope all of the successful artists that you have helped out can pay homage to you as well. So it's a pleasure to have you here with us.
Yeah,
and, you know, you come out, you're looking fresh. You know,
thank you, sir.
We are going to talk. I mean, you've been a disc jockey, right? And let's talk about your beginning, right? Let's go back to the origin where you know, when you started out, because we want to give them a little context and history about the man behind the music, and you know. So when did you start it out? And
first of all, I want to tell you something, Wayne.
Yeah.
I don't like disc jockey.
Oh, okay.
Radio personality.
Radio
personality.
Okay. All right. Radio
is a difference.
It's different. All right. All right. So we'll scratch this jockey out. Let's scratch that out, right?
Yeah.
A radio personnel.
Yeah. Personality.
Right? Personality. Right.
Right.
So when did you you know? When did you have the idea or conceive the idea that this is what you wanted to do, and at what age, and who were your inspiration?
Yeah, let me tell you. Growing up, I'm from Grenada, Spice Island. So growing up in Grenada, we used to listen to the stations in Trinidad. So I used to listen to a guy called Dave Elcock, and he used to say, "Big bad brother Dave Elcock." I said, damn, I like this guy. So when I came to New York now, I started listening to Frankie Crocker.
Okay.
Chief Rocker, Frankie Crocker, 107.5 WBLS. And I said, damn, I like this guy.
Yeah.
He sounds good. That's when I say, I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
You got to.
Yeah.
So tell me about okay, this is now becomes an interest for you.
Yeah. And I told my mom I want to do this. They say, okay, if that's what you want to do, go ahead, do it.
Okay.
And I went to college. I was living up in Westchester at that time.
Okay.
So I went to Westchester Community College and I studied communication.
Yeah.
Radio and TV communication.
Okay.
Then after, I did some night course at NYU, evening classes and things.
Okay.
And then there's a place in Manhattan called, that's way back, called Announcer Training Studio.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to ATS, Announcer Training Studio, and I did that. And after that, I started looking for a job. But they told us at that time, you're not going to start. New York is the major market. It's the biggest market of all. So they say you're not going to start in New York. You got to go in some small market and start. I say, wow, I don't want to relocate. But after a while, I had a cousin who was living in Orlando. So he said, you could come down and spend some time by me. So I went down Orlando. While I'm in Orlando, let me tell you how things happen. There were a Cuban man that owned two stations, WXTO and WXXU. One in Orlando and one in Cocoa Beach. Okay. So I went to the man and I talked to him. And I tell him, yeah, I want to do radio and I have experience. I went to school and thing. So he asked me, the man started asking me for ideas. I say, you have two stations. How many thousand watts? One is 5,000, one is 5,000.
Yeah.
I say, what are you going to do? Let's put them together and simulcast. So we started doing that. And he was doing Spanish. I say, you had to get away from the Spanish. You had to give programs for the English. So I used to do the afternoon show, 3 to 6 afternoon drive every day, Monday to Friday, and Saturday too. So the guy had me doing the show. The ratings start coming up. People start calling. The stations got popular because now you take two 5,000 watt stations and you simulcast them.
Yeah.
It's 10,000 watts. So we cover Cocoa Beach, Melbourne, Orlando, and Orlando was coming up in them days.
Okay.
I got so popular down there. But I knew some guys who worked at WLIV in those days.
Yeah.
A fella called Claude Tate. As a matter of fact, before I went down to Florida, I used to do commercials for WLIV.
Yeah.
So the guy called me up and he said, listen, I want you to come to New York. I said, yeah, I'll come to New York. I say Mother's Day coming, and look, Mother's Day coming. I say Mother's Day coming. I had to be by my mother.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, when were you touching me, boy?
Yeah.
So
your time.
Yeah, I came up to see my mother in New York.
Yeah.
They let me do an audition live at WLIV, you know, a live audition. So I went in there and I'm on the air live because there was no tape. I didn't submit what I call audition tape. I went on the air live. The switchboard lit up, boy. Switchboard lit up like crazy. But prior to that, I was on radio in New York. There's a place in New York, Medgar Evers College.
Yeah, I know.
And I used to do 91.5 FM, education station.
Yeah.
Board of Education station. And I met Ken Williams there. I met Junior. All
of the top personalities.
Yeah, so when I came back to New York now on WLIV, and people start hearing me on WLIV, the switchboard lit up. The board light up.
Definitely.
So after the show, I did 4 hours on LIB.
Yeah.
The guy Claude Tate, he said, listen, I gotta hire you, know. People want to hear you.
Definitely.
Yeah. And that's how I got the job.
And that's how you get in.
Yeah,
so what about the connection in Florida? Or was that you had to walk away from that?
Yeah. I'm in New York now.
Oh, so you just dismissed.
So I just call him. I call him.
Okay.
I told him what happened. I said, listen, I gotta move back to New York.
So them never make an offer with you, say, boy, I don't want to let you go, but since you was the one, like, you know, the pioneer behind the station.
You have me emotional now, you know.
It's okay, man.
You take me back to my early days.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's how I got started in the business. And then I started working in LIB.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I only used to do one program on the weekend on Saturday.
Okay.
But during the week now, they have WLIB van. I used to drive WLIB van, but they used to let me go and interview people on the street. I came to Brooklyn, Brooklyn Junction, and all the Flatbush Junction.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm in the Bronx.
Yeah.
3rd Avenue. You know? We doing things in the community.
True.
Then anybody who want to do a live broadcast,
they
used to give me that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I used to do live broadcasts, emceeing shows and things. Yeah. And that's how you build your reputation,
definitely. You know? Well, you do have a reputable name in the New York tri-state, you know. A lot of people heard your voice.
Right.
And your name. Maybe can't put a face to the name, but I'm sure, you know, in certain circles, people know who you are, you know, can identify you face to face. Hearing you on the radio and seeing you is 2 different things, right?
Yeah.
And we hear about Bob Fredericks, you know, but we never know who it was, you know what I mean? Maybe because we weren't in music, we don't really get to meet these people.
Right.
But you have done a lot of work.
Right.
But tell me some of the ins and outs and some of the difficulties.
I was at WLIB in my 20s, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, my late 20s, I think 29, when I got the job at LIB.
Okay.
But I was the youngest at that time.
Yeah.
They had a guy named Jeff Barnes from Jamaica.
Yeah, Jeff Barnes.
Well, Ken Williams, I used to be with Ken Williams too, but at that time he left LIB. Yeah, but you learn from the pros.
Definitely,
Yeah,
of course.
And these fellas, they were good at what they did.
Yeah.
And the thing I did like about that, we used to help get people the citizenship. We had a citizenship drive.
Yeah.
And we used to go out in the community. And we used to sign up people. And after they become citizens, we used to encourage them to get out and vote.
Okay.
LIB used to push voter drive registration, voting. That was our thing.
Definitely.
And in those days, Al Sharpton, we were in the community. We were the pulse of the community. Yeah, there was not like how you have them different station now.
Yeah.
In those days, LIB was the voice.
Yeah, it was more focused.
The only Caribbean voice.
Yeah, it was more focused.
And they helped to build the community.
Definitely. It's unfortunate no longer, you know.
I know.
Yeah,
when Eastern Parkway, Labor Day, we control the Parkway.
Definitely.
Yeah, we broadcast live up and down the Parkway.
Yeah.
Shows, the mass camp, we in the clubs, everywhere. That's what we used to do.
True. So,
and in Brooklyn here, there was a club called the Elite Arc.
Yeah, I know.
We used to broadcast live from there.
Yeah.
David Levy and myself.
Yeah, I remember the Elite Arc.
Yeah, and we used to broadcast in Manhattan too, a place called the Kit Kat Club.
Yeah.
David and myself, we used to, and we hook up. I knew David before in the clubs. He was a promoter. He was not a man on radio. He was a promoter.
Okay.
But, you know, he started doing radio and then we hook up.
Yeah.
Then we started working together at LIB and we started doing things.
Yeah, so you guys bring music to a lot of listeners.
Yeah.
Especially people in diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were able to hear, you know, something from their culture.
Right.
Because you guys has been the pioneer. Create certain, not cut the weed down. Basically, cut the make path for, you know, the newer generation now. I mean, how do you feel, you know, looking back on everything that you accomplish in radio? Well, how do you feel about that today,
we made changes because I became the music director of WLIV.
Okay.
And then a year after, they promoted me to the program director. So what I used to say, what could I do to make a difference?
Yeah.
So what I tried to do to bring about a unity in the Caribbean and to bring culture to the forefront.
Yeah.
So artists from Grenada, I'm from Grenada, not because of that. Artists from Dominica, Trinidad, Barbados. I used to start to look out for artists with potentials.
Definitely.
And we used to play them. And when we play them, up and coming artists, I used to like to go to the shows to see them perform and how we could start to promote them. Because it's not just playing their music, it's promoting them.
Definitely.
So LIB started doing shows. We started doing shows at the Apollo Theater because in those days, the people had owned LIB, Inner City Broadcasting.
Yeah.
They also had owned the Apollo Theater. So we used to do Caribbean Music Awards on a Friday night at the Apollo.
Yeah.
So I get to MC shows at the Apollo Theater and do things when people have big concert, big shows. They used to call us, me, David, all of us, we on stage. There was a guy, Jammins production, George,
Jammins.
and Jammins. They used to do big things down in Shipshead Bay, down by
warehouse,
the warehouse. But before the warehouse,
there's another club round the background. I forgot the name. Around there.
But before the warehouse, there, George used to do big concert in Coney Island.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Buju Banton had a big show in Coney Island.
Yeah.
And David and I, we MC that show.
Yeah, I know. I was there. I was at that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buju Bantal.
Yeah.
When him just do that, what a Till Shiloh.
Yeah. In those,
him just
that's one of the best album, Buju Bantal. I love that. Till Shiloh.
Yeah, he was just making the transition from to the more cultural positive.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I interviewed Buju on WLIV, Dennis Brown. You know, all the top artists, they will come through WLIV.
Yeah. All the greats you've passed, and and there's a history. There's a history with you.
Yeah.
And a history that is missing. That and I said most of the time, because the younger generation come and we see things so easy, we don't understand.
Right.
Where everything is coming from, the foundation,
the roots, the foundation,
exactly.
The foundation,
the foundation. And you guys have contributed in many different ways to what to shape the community to what it is today. So you guys help to shape that musically, and culturally, because you have broadcast a lot of things and you embrace the culture. Yeah. You also present things for the culture and the people in the diaspora, whether they was from the Caribbean or not. Yeah. And everybody get a taste, of your creativeness,
Caribbean American culture.
Exactly.
Because we promoted
both.
Both of them.
Definitely.
The African American community and the Caribbean community.
Definitely. So what I want to ask you is, like, for a young radio personality who trying to get into radio, what are the do's and don'ts for you, from a legend like you? What are the do's and don'ts for someone young coming in? Well,
what I want to say, first, you have to be passionate about radio or the communication.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. If you're passionate, you love it, you will do it. Don't worry about the money. Money will come. People start. I heard Bob Marley say that.
Yeah.
Money must come. But if you love what you do, that's the main thing. And for the young people coming up, get into it. Get as much knowledge as you can. Go to school, study communication, speech, articulate. Nowadays, anything goes. But learn it the proper way. And kind of old-fashioned.
Yeah.
And get a good education.
True.
Because knowledge is power.
Power, definitely.
Yeah. So when you have that power, you have that knowledge, then you start small. Be willing to grow. Don't think you'll become a sensation overnight.
Yeah.
Sometimes you walk your way up. But be modest with yourself.
Definitely.
Listen to people. Listen to your community. Be a different. Don't be an imitator. Don't be Bob Frederick. Be a new Bob Frederick. Your own style.
Definitely.
You might have things that you might admire, but develop your own style. You might have people that you admire in the business, but eventually try and culture your own style. Cultivate your own style.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then start working at it and expect it to grow gradually. And then once you're doing that and you love what you do, you must get through.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go, people. The legendary Bob Fredericks here with us, Skunkhouse Radio. You're learning from the best. And all the young disc jockeys out there who trying to get in the business, Mr. Fredericks just showed you some words of wisdom. You can go back and watch it if you missed it, to check that out. It's a pleasure having you here with us, and it feels surreal. But because we've been hearing about you, hearing your voice, and I've never personally met you. Right. And maybe I've saw you before when the show. We don't quite remember because it's been so long ago.
Yeah, I know.
At that Buju concert, and probably I've seen you other places too.
Yeah.
But when you're young, you're not really connect to much things.
I know.
Fun and all kind of different things,
Buju, right? Luciano.
Yeah.
Did a lot of shows, man.
Yeah, I know. I've heard the name. But you have shaped, you and the other radio personalities have truly shaped you know, what radio is, even though some of them take it out of context today, you know, and you guys style, you could tell the love for the music,
right,
you know, and how much you put into it. For a person who, you know, want to be a radio personality, I mean, career wise, what would your suggestion be for them? Would it be a good choice to pursue a career in that? Is it profitable? Because when we talk about career, we talk about profits, right? Is it profitable for someone who said, well, this is what I want to pursue? I'd say a youngster coming up now want to be a radio personality like yourself.
Well, listen, let me tell you, especially nowadays, you have so many avenues with, nowadays the media, you know, so much opportunities. So if you like it genuinely, go for it. Yeah. Radio, TV, internet, you know, online, so many opportunities to get involved into communication. Think about communication.
Yeah.
Don't narrowcast it. In my days, we used to have what they call narrowcasting.
Yeah.
Right now, broadcasting. Be wide.
Yeah.
Open up yourself to many things.
Definitely.
Many avenues. And let sky be the limit. Just keep on going.
All right. So for you, young 20-year-old get hired at WLIV. What was you hear yourself on the radio? I'm sure you go back and listen or you hear people talking about you. What was the fame like for you? And how did you, manage that? You know, and how was the feeling behind all of it?
Well, let me tell you something. My mom was my greatest person who pursued me.
Okay.
And when I went on the radio, she said, "You'll do good." Coming from my mom,
was your biggest fan, right?
A single mom.
Yeah.
She was my biggest fan. She passed on now.
Yeah.
I kind of get emotional.
Yeah.
But that lady supported my career right through until her dying day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I tell you, Wade, you're touching me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes I don't talk about them things too much, you know?
Definitely.
But you conjure up my mom. She was my biggest supporter, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And rest in peace to her. And, you've continued to do the work after. What is it for you now on the table for you now?
Well, I want to tell you something. After COVID, I had kind of relaxed and laid back. I say I want stay away. But I don't know.
You can't stay away from it.
It's in my blood.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, so I want to get back in the business because I had kind of retired. Even David called me. He said, "Bob, what's the matter with you? You can't just lay back like that."
Yeah.
Yeah, he talked to me recently, and there's a brother named Gibby. All them fellas and call say, "Bob, he's from Jamaica, Gibby."
Yeah.
He said, "Man, all the yellow cabbies and them in New York City, they used to listen to us on LIB."
Okay.
Yeah. So he said, "Man, you can't just, lay back like that. You had to get back in the business."
Back into it.
Yeah, I want to get back in the business.
So that's your plan now.
Yeah.
So we are looking for you're 2023.
Yeah.
Back and bringing back the energy to New York and the tri-state, right?
Right.
So which station you plan? Do you decide that you're gonna go back?
Well,
anything in mind?
I used to be on 93.5,
Okay.
After
that
LIB,
was the last one.
Yeah,
right,
when LIB went out, I used to be up there.
Okay.
I might go back there or look for something else.
Okay.
But as a matter of fact, I'll check out opportunities. And there's something that happened to me.
Yeah.
I want to do something different in radio. When I say that, when I look at what's going on, so much killing, so much guns, and all this thing, we got to try. I mean, not as much in New York, but in other things, you hear a man just kill 8 people, 9 people. I mean, for nothing at all.
Yeah.
Just, this is so sad. I want to do something at immigration too. As a matter of fact, Title 42, they get rid of that.
Okay.
And immigration problem. We have a problem because we from the islands, we from
definitely.
but we have to think about other people too.
Of course.
And let other people get an opportunity, because this is the place, to expand themselves and to develop.
Yeah.
So I want to do something. I want to do something with immigration. I want to do something with stop the violence. There are two young guys that I'm very impressed with.
Okay.
Young, the 27-year-olds. What was the guy named Justin Pierce and Justin Jones? Them guys and them, I'm impressed. Young guys in Tennessee they went to demonstrate. They went to help the demonstration against violence because they killed some children in school. And, they expelled them fellas. Well, they took them back in now. But they got them. They were in Tennessee State House. So they were in the government in Tennessee. They got rid of them because they demonstrated, they helped, they promote against guns, violence and things. And I thought that was so horrible. That took me. I said, what America is coming to? We love this place, but America is nothing but guns and shooting. They got to put a ban on this kind of, and it's Congress. Congress are doing that. You got to get the Republicans in Congress. They believe the Rifle Association, NRA. They are the ones that pushing guns, and this gun. So much people in other states. I mean, here is okay, but Texas, Florida, you could just go and walk in and buy a gun.
It's crazy how they decide. Because the Second Amendment, what it is. So people have the right to bear arms.
And to bear
I don't think America will ever get rid of guns.
I know, but they have to curtail.
Find a way to control.
Especially this M16 and all this.
The high power rifles. They need to ban those. But, but they have guns. I mean, the white people them down south have guns. But black people have guns. They have guns. They
have the guns.
They have the guns. High power rifle, all kind of rifle they could get. With me and you can't get your chance. To get.
I would like to see some of young broadcasters take up those kind of things.
Definitely.
What's happening in your community? Help your community. How can you help the less fortunate? That's the kind of programs I want. The way we can help people. Bring things to light. People that means well.
Well, I know you're on a journey now, and you're probably gonna figure it out soon where you want to be. There are many opens here at SKUNKHTV.
The skunk
at your comfort, right? All at your comfort, to sit down and talk and debate about the community or whatever, you
go see me again, man. You go see me regular.
Well, definitely, this is a home for you if you choose, just why not your comfort zone and do something. Why not? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And as we here at Skunkhouse Radio as well, we cater to the community as well. I mean, that's one of our goal, and we're catering to up and coming artists as well. So we want to kind of help out in whatever way.
Right.
And we try to do some educational thing, whatever we can do. So that's one of, the drive here. I mean, name sound away, with fragrance and all those things. But, we we do have, good intention toward, the community. And we definitely, we're not afraid to really talk up about what's happening, when it's time, and that's how bold we are here. So it would be a pleasure to, if you decide that, but in time when you do,
in time
when you come, in time to come. But you said that would be next for you. You have some colleagues and friends who calling you to get back, and you do have the drive to go back because a part of you. You try to dismiss it, but you just can't go away.
Right. Exactly.
So that would be one of the things you say for coming up for you to do. Anything else you have on the table besides that?
Well, also I want, like you do, I want to develop talent, look at good talent, promote them, Because what I find nowadays,
Yeah.
I don't find people they're pushing culture that much.
You're right.
And everybody doing the same thing. Big up and shout out, big up, shout out. Nah, I think radio communication in general supposed to be more than that.
Definitely.
You're supposed to do more. I would like them to do more.
True.
Yeah. Not just because you could talk on a radio or TV. They just get more substance.
Definitely.
I want to see more substance.
Yeah.
We gotta educate.
True.
Yeah.
So
Like-
maybe your work is not done.
No.
You have contributed a lot years into the broadcasting business, and still there is a gap in there left to be filled. And it seems like you step aside and see if the younger one them could have do it, but it seems like them not do it. So you have to just take the mantle back again and you know,
Yeah.
and come back and say, you know what, this let me finish this, you know, and maybe you can be that, you know, greater inspiration.
Right.
Again, another run, you know.
Thank you.
You know,
I used to say on the radio, projecting music with a purpose.
exactly.
For proud people like you. The people, the community, our people. We have to project music and talent with a purpose for
Definitely.
something. Not just shout outs and big up.
True, true.
I find that's we as a people, we have more to accomplish.
Yeah, you're right. It's becomes mediocre and you know, it not seems real,
Right.
not authentic, like, you know, back in that time when you guys used to be on the radio.
Right.
It's a different energy when you hear the music when it's presented than now. It's like nobody really pay attention to much of it today because maybe there's no substance in it. So we definitely hope and look forward for you and other members, other colleagues and friends, you know, of Europe here to come out and probably straighten back the thing up, you know, because it seems like these guys can get it right. And I think it would do justice, especially in this time now.
Right.
We're living.
Listen, Brother Wayne, I don't want anybody listening to feel, well, I'm criticizing, I'm downsizing
No.
the new generation. The new generation, they're very talented.
Yeah.
I mean, I see some young people doing some real talented thing.
Definitely.
But at the same time, we have some that not focused. What you have, some of them, they have to be focused, but they don't understand the struggle. You
True.
see what happened? A lot of our young people today, they don't. They have we have it too easy. You know, if you know how hard some people work and how hard to take it where it is today, then they will realize they have a commitment.
True.
So when you go on the air, utilize the time properly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't just utilize your time properly. Educate, entertain, educate, and pursue. Because we have to promote culture. We have to promote advertising, the business. Yeah. So I used to say that educate, entertain, and pursue.
Yeah.
We have to sell.
Definitely.
Because we in commercial industry.
Yeah. As you said, a lot of the radio personalities today have it easy because you guys did the work. You paved the highway, you know, in your time when you had to leave, go to the atmosphere somewhere else.
Right.
Relocate just to gain an opportunity, you know, and then you succeed in the end. But, you know, the doors that you already, you know, kicked down, easily they walk through it. So them no value, you know, the hard work that you would have valued and seen it. So there is a gap between the generation and a difference.
Yeah.
But you have done great work, and we have to commend you for that. And all the other radio personalities out there, now I have to delete the word "this jockey" out of my vocabulary because I have to be more careful when talking, especially talking to, you know, legend like you guys. Where I've run the road already, and I've seen it all, and I've done it all. It is a pleasure to have you here, man. And before we even go, I want to know if anybody want to reach out to you. You're still, you know, prepare mentally to get out there in the field. If anybody want to get you for a party, a birthday thing, whatever, would you be able to do that? Would you want to do that? And how they could contact you?
Well, right now, I'm not ready for party and thing right now.
Okay.
I want to get back on the radio, get back on the media, radio, TV,
Okay.
whatever means.
Yeah.
And then later on, I'll start doing the party thing.
The party. Okay. So it's just getting back in there. Anywhere where anyone can contact you, Facebook, Instagram, or you're not really on those platforms, as it?
Well, I used to be on Facebook, but I'm no longer on Facebook.
No longer. Okay. Okay. So we just have to wait for you to your name.
But Brother Albert here, he knows how to get.
He knows how to get to you. All right. So that's good then. Well, Mr. Bob, I'm telling you, and all the people out there, Bob Fredericks, a lot of you probably hear his voice on the radio in the early days and in the later days as well. And he's here with us at SKUNKHTV, blessing us with his presence. We have to thank you again. I can't thank you enough for coming through and sitting with us and telling your story. And I hope you can come through again at some point.
Yeah, God's willing, I will.
Of course, and make a reason, man.
Yeah.
And reason is always good. From exchanging from the young to the old. So it would be our pleasure for you to come back here and spend some time with us and talk about whatever it is.
The feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
I feel honored and pleasure being here.
Definitely. And so we thank you so much, Bob Frederick, for passing through. Anything you want to say to anyone out there? You want to big up anybody? Anybody out there you want to big up?
Well, I want to big up Brother Albert.
Oh, Albert.
And Junior.
Okay.
And my wife, Beverly.
All right.
Yeah. And, a lot of people, I want to thank them for Gibby.
Yeah.
A lot of my partner from Jamaica, Gibby.
Gibby, definitely.
Fellas,
big up yourself.
Although I'm not in the radio, Gibby will call me. Yesterday, said, Bob, you have to get back out now there. Yeah.
At least you have someone pushing you, which is good. They believe in you. That's why,
Right. Thank
so
you.
you left an impact on those people, which is great, and I would definitely want to see you again out there.
And Trini Boy. We had to big up Trini.
Boy. Big up DJ Trini Boy in the building.
Trini Boy in the building.
Yes.
And to you, I thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming and talking to us, man. It was a pleasure,
Honor and pleasure.
Definitely. And we wish you all the best, man. And in the upcoming year, whatever decision you make, we're with it and support you. And we're looking forward to hear your voice again on the airwaves, in television, as you said.
Yeah, we could do things, man. We
definitely
could do things.
Yeah, and
as long as there's life,
of course,
there's hope.
There's hope. All right. There you go.
Yeah.
Words of wisdom. Bob Fredericks, radio personality here at Skunkhouse Radio. You understand me? So go. First of all, I want you guys to pay keen attention to what's happening here today and how we can bring both worlds together. You understand? And learn something, for the elders, them, they were the foundation before us. You understand? And their work cannot be, can't go unnoticed. So we must recognize and show respect and honor to the elders them. Don't forget it, as a lot of youngsters out there claim that them start everything when them don't know where to come from.
Right.
These brothers and these elders for us have paved the way and shape everything that we can come and have it easy today. So we have to pay honor to them and thank them. And with that, Mr. Bob Fredericks.
One last thing to I want to see a more Caribbean unity among our people. Trinidad, Jamaica, Grenada, Barbados, and Vincent. We were always about unity.
Definitely.
In the Caribbean.
All right.
I want to see that come back.
All right. And we have to spearhead that together, my people. Right. So bring the Caribbean back together, Mr. Bob Frederick said. And my people, we thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned. We're going to play some music for you guys. Bob Fredericks here. Thank you again for passing through.
Thank you, my brother.
And we wish you all the success with the up-and-coming ventures or adventures that you're going to take. All right. And thank you again so much.
Peace and blessings.
All right. And yes, my people, it's all about